Good morning, Scallywags. My name is Spoo.
I'm Danny, and welcome to the show.
It's only been 20 weeks, 5 months, so less than half a year. But here we are.
Our 100th episode, guys.
100 episodes.
Yep.
And thank you guys so much for sticking by us through this whole ordeal. We kind of had a bit of a change kind of at the last minute here. Today was originally supposed to kind of be a big party kind of deal. We were going to celebrate, having 100 episodes, but we're taking it in a different direction. Varying circumstances kind of led to this decision, but instead we decided to take a look back and not only reflect on where we've been thus far, but we also kind of want to bring conversations that have happened between us and share them with you guys, and that is what the show actually means to us.
Yeah.
And then kind of look forward from there.
Yeah, 100 episodes, guys. It's really not that much time, but we spend 15 or 20 minutes a day with you guys, Monday through Friday, and it's a lot of investment emotionally for Spoo and I, and we kind of felt the need that we needed to let you know how it affects us on a daily basis, how it makes us feel. So the next 20 or 25 minutes or longer, we're going to tell you about things that we thought we did right, things we thought we did wrong, things we could have done better.
Yeah. And kind of give you, how did this come to be?
Yeah. Kind of little backstory into the show.
Yeah. So to kick that off, basically, it went back to, I don't know, it's been quite a while, really, where anytime Dee and I were hanging out, it never failed. We would end up sitting on the couch with YouTube on the TV, watching funny crash videos. Funny crash videos, funny to us. But watching crash videos or just silly videos, just stupid, weird, people hurting themselves. Worst Week Wednesday.
Yeah,
kind of
Worst
stuff.
Week Wednesdays is how that all came to be. That's how the Russian Cook the Day came to be.
We noticed that the majority of crash videos and things came out of Russia because pretty much everybody there has the dash cam, or not only that, but they also have the cell phones and stuff like that, just like everybody else here. So, and just let's face it, weird stuff happens in Russia.
Apparently, Russia has the market on the weird. The strange, and the odd. Yes. Yes.
Hey, don't even need to raise a hand.
If you want to say something,
just jump on in, guys.
I can attest to the Russia thing. I've been there.
Barb has been to Russia. So that's kind of where that came from, and it spawned into us talking about, we would sit on the couch, we would watch these videos, and we would kind of riff on them as we were watching them. So originally we wanted to do basically a riffing show, and so we started talking about, well, what kind of things are we going to riff on? Well, we originally had talked about music videos. That gets into copyright issues, right. and those videos would be shut down more than half the time, so not worth it. I got something in my mouth there. Sorry.
Fly.
We got
moth.
We barbecued earlier, and bugs are in here, so they're all over the place. So if they're flying in front of the cameras and stuff, we'll just. It was a ghost.
They're orbs.
Orbs. So
we'll slow it down. We'll put a red circle on it.
Yeah, red circle confirmed.
Red circle confirmed.
So yeah,
little white arrow.
So that was another thing we talked about. The possibility of was paranormal videos, and then we started talking about like the crash videos or just the the fail videos and that type of thing. And then that spawned into. I went on a big kick. I've always been a big fan of Good Mythical Morning, and. I kind of went on a big kick where I went back to the beginning of that show, back when it was still Good Morning Chia Lincoln, and just kind of marathoned it through like the first 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, and
that was when I was like, this is what we could do. I mean, we sit around talking about nerdy things and going on these long philosophical conversations about comic books and movies and nerd stuff, and I'm like, this is kind of what they're doing there, let's kind of take that talk show premise, that podcast type premise, put our own little spin on it, and let's that's our show.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
And so while it did start off as a fun thing, it's turned into so much more. I know when, on the other side of the screen there, you see this and you see, two guys sitting here just having a good time. And yeah, while that's true, there's a lot more to it than that. There's messages that we have two different kind of our own little personal chat things that we've got. Group chats, thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. I wanted to say chat room. I'm like, that's AOL days.
It's AOL and let's die.
Yeah. I miss those days. But
fight chats at AOL.
Oh yes. But these guys can attest to this. Where there's been a couple of times where I've sent these pretty deep, emotional messages about the show. I mean, okay, this is where things are going to start getting deep and a little serious here. So bear with us. If I get emotional and start crying, and sadly that's entirely possible, but
he's doing it for the views.
Totally not even. I mean, look at our view history, and that's not true.
It's not why we do it. The views aren't why we do it.
But,
it's not.
While that would be wonderful, of course. I mean, nobody. You put content out there, especially regular content, where we're posting every day, pretty much. I mean, there's one day a week where we don't post something weekly, and I mean, you don't put that kind of content out there without the hopes that it, of course, it would be awesome if we, got into the thousands and thousands of subscriptions and millions of views and start getting paid by YouTube. Yeah, obviously that would be phenomenal, but even if that never happens, the show isn't going anywhere. And the reason for it, I mean, like I said, we started this off as just two friends sitting around having fun, entertaining ourselves, and decided to share that. Decided to take that fun, that experience, that joy, and take it to a whole other place with it. Expand upon it and turn it into a bigger thing that we can then. I'm not finding the right words here.
We want to give you guys a little glimpse into. By you watching the show, I think it gives you a glimpse into what makes us tick. It gives you a little bit better insight into our twisted sense of humor.
This is what it is, and I'm going to lay it out there. Anybody who knows me is no secret that I've struggled with depression for years, pretty severely, especially over the last 4 or 5 years. And I've gone from. I've always said that there are, when it comes to people that I know, that I have my acquaintances, or what I call bar friends, running karaoke for a living and things like that. There were people that I love to see, that I could, hang out with every single night at the bar. But I never see them outside of when I'm working. I don't go to the bars when I'm not working. I don't really drink anymore or anything like that. So, I see them when I'm there. I enjoy their company when I'm there, but outside of there, it's like they practically don't exist. I then have my friends, and friends are people that I'll, talk to over Facebook or, what have you, and maybe even kind of run in the same circle of friends and things like that. But then I have what I call my handful. And my handful is that group of people that are more than that. They're more than friends. They're more than family. They are the people I would die for, the people that I never have to wonder if they would do the same for me. Those people that you could literally on the one hand, you could spend every waking moment of every waking day and never get bored. And on the other hand, you could go 5 years without seeing them, and the second you walk in the room together, it's like you were there the whole time.
You didn't miss a beat.
So those people, and Dee being, one of the 2 or 3 main people of that group, when you're having hard times and you're around that person that makes you feel better, that's what I'm talking about when I say that joy, that fun, to take something that impactful, that this is a guy that can bring me out of my worst times. That is what I'm trying to share with people. And I feel like I do that. I mean, now, whether everyone sees that, obviously everybody's not going to see that, but the right people will. And if I can take one person, any one person who's having a bad day, having a hard time, and they watch an episode of the show and it makes them feel even just a little better, I've done my job. That's why I do this show. And I feel more strongly about this show, the project that is this show, than I have any other project that I have been involved in at least the last 10, 15 years. And that is why I'm sitting here today.
Seeing our history and what it is, and what it was, for you to say that, it means that we have effectively come as much a full circle as we could.
We've teased before the story of our history, and it's a really quick story, honestly.
Yeah, it's not anything long and drawn out. It's not an epic. It's not a Tolkien-ish novel.
Dee and I, we knew each other from high school. He was dating a girl, and they had broken up for whatever reason, and she started dating me. Well, that made him absolutely hate me. Didn't even know me. I didn't know him. I didn't even know who he was. I just knew he was this guy that hated my guts. And then I obviously find out that she had dated him, etc., etc. So fast forward a little while, she and I split up. She goes back to him. And so there was just kind of this rivalry thing there. We just absolutely despised each other, and we never even had a conversation.
That's why you talk it out, kids.
Yeah.
Seriously. That's why you talk it out.
Didn't know anything about him. I just knew that he was the ex of my girlfriend, and then the boyfriend of my ex.
That's kind of how I looked at it, too. It was definitely an after-school special.
Yeah. And then, high school ends. We go our separate ways. Hear about each other for 20 years.
The first time I saw you again was at the Radisson at VisionCon.
At VisionCon, where I start talking to Kim,
my wife,
and become best friends with Kim. And come to find out, shortly after our friendship starts, and we start talking about hanging out and stuff like that, she's married to Danny. This should be interesting. And it certainly was. Here we are.
Yeah. Age does a lot of things. You look back at high school and you're just like, wow, I can't believe I was that petty.
Right.
I mean, and here's the funny thing, guys. Abigail, I know you watch the show.
Yeah.
You're the one.
You are responsible for this.
You are responsible for this. You don't realize it, but you are responsible for this. It's odd. See, that's the weird things I talk about when I say weird things on the show. It's two people in high school who could have cared less about whether that person took another breath. All of a sudden, sitting in front of a mic every week talking to you guys, and the ex-girlfriend is one of our viewers.
Yeah, one of our regular viewers, yeah. So, hi, Abby.
Hi.
Hey.
You guys are one of the main reasons that whenever Dee tells me that like rivalries and friendships that you have in like high school and stuff don't matter.
Yeah.
That you guys are a prime example of you guys hating
Absolutely.
each other's guts, and now you guys are like on Thursdays, you guys are almost inseparable.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we are inseparable. It's right here at the end. So it's
Wow, that must make going to the bathroom awkward.
Now
Are you done yet?
Can I turn around?
Not to mention other things.
Hey, that's good night, everybody.
It's good night, everybody.
I mean, like doing taxes and stuff.
Yeah, or pumping gas. You realize how hard pumping gas is with
Or
him
just
on my
driving.
hip? Yeah, driving is horrible.
Gotta sit with your leg over the console. And
Gotta make sure he...
on the console.
So, having the serious part out of the way there. So, if you skipped ahead, now we can get to the fun part of the episode, and we're going to take a look back. And, some things that worked, some things that didn't. Our favorite moments, our least favorite moments.
Our least favorite moments?
So, I mean, I know this is going to be a ridiculously long episode.
The favorite moment I have. Okay, not to step on you or not, but go back and watch the first episode, guys.
Oh, man.
We were
so awkward.
We were so awkward. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know how to talk.
Guys,
I just voice crack right there.
We literally sat here while we were eating dinner in the living
Take another
room,
drink?
watching it,
Yes.
and Shmoo had to turn it off because he's like,
I couldn't
this
do
is
it.
awful.
I made it about halfway through the episode. And what's funny is, I mean, you watch the episode, and it was a What You May Have Missed episode. And we did like the RoboCop, we did Goat Yoga, which to this day, my favorite thumbnail of a video that we've ever done.
The Goat Yoga.
The RoboCop does Goat Yoga. I'm looking at it right there on my screen, and it is my favorite thumbnail of any of our episodes thus far.
Yep.
But the stories themselves, the format, the way that the entire episode flows, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
It could have just as easily been an episode now, but the awkwardness of both of, especially him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm used to being in front of a camera.
I haven't been in front of a camera until you asked me to be in front of a camera since high school, guys.
Right.
That was my last time in front of the camera. I was in the media class. Dave Davidson, media class, baseball coach at Hillcrest High School. Again, we could go on different tangents here.
Call him out.
I can call him out. I'm still friends with him on Facebook. Yes, I can. That's right, Coach.
You watch the episode, and even I was a little uncomfortable just because it was like, first time we didn't sit down and like rehearse it or anything. We just said, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
We're gonna shoot
Let's
from
go.
the hip
We're
and
gonna
go.
read these stories and whatever. So we do the show, and if we were to do those stories now, the episode would have flowed the same. The premise and the format and everything was the same. But just the awkwardness level, the lack of a microphone, just the lack of lighting,
Lights,
it was so boring, just horrible.
There was another level of awkwardness they didn't get to see, because that was my first time doing anything with like YouTube or anything like.
Yeah, Cass was back. She was our crew. She is the crew, guys.
I am the only crew.
During the summer months, she is our crew.
And even during my school year.
Yeah, when you're here, yeah.
3 episodes that you guys record.
Yeah.
But I was so awkward because I was scared to make any sort of sound that literally I would just sit there, just
holding her breath, not wanting to make a single
word. There were
word.
so many times where I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I really need to get up and I really need to get a drink, but I was so scared of walking, like rattling the camera or having my chair squeak when I got up, or like the fridge making funny noises. I was just so scared and so awkward.
Especially when you don't have the microphone. I mean, the microphone catches sound this way basically.
Yeah, it really doesn't catch a whole lot behind
and while it picks up stuff, off camera and whatnot, not nearly as bad as just camera mic, where it's just ambient noise from everywhere.
Yeah, and it didn't help that whenever we first started recording, I sat literally like right
under the camera,
right
pretty
the
much.
camera,
She had a pillow sitting on the floor
with her timer, and she would just
with a little iPad timer. Yeah. And so just so many awkward moments from those times, and trying. I mean, the whole thing has just been, we've never be anything beyond, okay, how are we going to sting this episode? How are we going to, what's the promo going to be? What's, how are we going to wrap this one up? What's our main story going to be? Beyond stuff like that, we never sit down and say, okay, let's run through this real quick.
No, it's what you see on YouTube every day is literally shot from the hip.
Yeah.
It is
totally
improv. It's improv.
I mean, why do you think we say so much? Is because we don't know where we're going. I mean,
you can go back and watch, what was it, Tuesday's episode? Watch Tuesday's episode, guys. There was an improv moment there.
Ewoks
And albinos.
Man. Ewoks and albinos. Oh, that was a tangent.
That was a tangent and a half.
Tangent and a half.
I walked in on that episode.
Yeah, I think that was about the time you got here. Yeah. So I mean, let's kind of ask the room here. I mean, we've got Cass, we've got Kim, we've got Barb here. What has been, and same for you and me as well. What has been your favorite episode to date, or even favorite portion of an episode, or whatever?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the whole episode. I mean, if there was a story you liked.
What's your favorite moment of the show thus far?
I think my favorite, the one that got me to laugh the most, the one that actually came at a really good time because I had a really terrible day, was the riffing, the animals are jerks. And I just
oh God, you think you were laughing? Oh my God.
El Chapo took somebody's.
My mom came into my room, I don't know how many times. What the heck are you watching that you're laughing this hard?
I'm looking through the thumbnails from the episodes. I've got all the thumbnails from every episode so far. I've got them saved in a folder on my computer, and I think for me, oh man, definitely the Animals Were Jerks video, which funny story. I mean, that one we started that like 5-6 times probably.
Yeah, and nothing just
couldn't get it to click, and then we were finally just like, let's stop trying to plan this out and just go. And we just went, and that's
Chapo said
that's the episode.
That was the episode. Again,
it just ran from there.
We do better when we don't plan.
Yeah. So that's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Kim, what about you? Come closer so the mic can hear you.
Don't have the man camera. You can like stand by me.
I mean, you can if you want to.
Stand by me. Oh, stand by
That's
me.
enough. We don't want to copyright.
I don't know that I really have a favorite. I mean, my favorite moments are just watching how you two interact, because you're enough the two favorite people in my life. So.
Any specific moments? Not necessarily. It doesn't even have to be from an episode, but maybe like during the making of this episode.
Behind the scenes, where I start to even question both y'all's sexuality.
That has become a running gag, and so.
Hey, we asked for that fanfic.
Fan fiction.
His wife, I can at least attest for him. I know he's purely straight.
We are not. We're both straight men. We're not gay.
What you talking about, baby? What you talking about?
But
what you talking about?
But we are so be comfortable enough in your friends. Everybody has that one friend, and if you say you don't have that one friend, you're a liar.
Then you need to find him or her
Or them.
and get that comfortable with them.
I think personally for me, my favorite episode is probably the Worst Week Friday. It was the second riffing video we did.
Second riffing video, yeah. Oh,
and,
wow.
I mean, the Animals Are Jerks, that one was a good one, but the riffing videos are always my favorite. Like I said, that was the original concept for the show.
That was the whole
riffing.
concept. Yeah.
And but that one was just fun. I mean, it was. I mean, Worst Week Wednesday is our favorite day of the week. Obviously, we say that it's part of the
promo,
part of the phrase.
It's our favorite day of the week.
What day is it? Say it with me now. And
just erupts from our hands.
Yeah, it's
my
like
favorite day of the week.
my favorite day of the week is.
That's on your non-Gregorian calendar, by the way.
Which we've thrown it out there a couple of times on like the thumbnail, and I think we've maybe said it once or twice on the show, but it's only been the way we say it to each other. I think going forward, we're gonna kind of start. Well, I mean, we'll still announce Worst Week Wednesday or whatever, but like on the thumbnails and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there now because I want to just get this started. But hashtag W3. So that's Worst Week Wednesday.
Barb's got to run and get her.
Go put it in the notepad.
Barb has, while we're talking about hashtags, Barb's here. Barb is making the gospel of the show.
Well, the
which is the
hashtags of the
hashtags.
show. I don't know that the hashtags are the gospel of the show. The hashtags are just funny, but
the hashtags are the backbone.
It's part of it for sure.
Part of it for sure.
It's like hashtags chapter 4 verses 3 through 18.
Let's be
hashtag brunch face.
Hashtag taking the show on the road.
Hashtag taking the show on the road to go to the Tulsa Zoo because we want to see penguins for chocolate milk. Or whatever it was. Yes.
I think my personal, this is good, but my personal favorite would have to be the blooper videos because it just shows like from the very first ones, like just hearing my voice and stuff, I was very uncomfortable with it because I have really bad anxiety. But like then the second set of blooper videos came out, and you can just see how much more comfortable I got with the camera. And
all of us
got more comfortable with camera.
I really think it's because of my drama class, to be honest, because my teacher pushes me.
That has to be one of my second most favorite things about the show is watching how Scoochie changed into Cass and got comfortable with not only her voice but actually got comfortable with being in front of the camera.
Yeah. And that was something that I fought for a while was getting her. There was kind of a rule set in place where what was it like?
I had to be
15.
Had to be 15. We broke that rule, didn't we?
She had to be 15 before she would be on camera, and at that point in time, she was going to have her own show and do her own thing. We even shot some promo stuff that was going to be like her.
I feel
this basically it was a body with no head. You know, you remember the head in the box thing. Kind of coming to the show and us looking for her and stuff like that. I mean, we did this whole big thing and it never got used. But I fought for a while. It's like, you know, we hear her on there. She's doing so much for this. Get her on the show. And the more we involved her and the more... And then especially once she started appearing on camera and stuff, I mean, the confidence just shot through the roof.
And that's been fun watching her grow.
Yes.
I have another favorite moment. Whenever we were going to the Tulsa Zoo, hashtag Scoochie for President 2038.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still planning on
You heard it here. Scoochie for President.
Actually, no, I'm not. I can't handle that.
So what about you? What's your favorite episode?
You know, my favorite episode is I love shooting the teasers.
Oh God, yeah.
I absolutely positively love shooting the teasers. The creative process that goes through that sometimes is next to borderline genius, and then other times it's like, oh well, that actually sounds good. We'll just nail it on the first try.
It's funny how those conversations usually go because it's usually okay. What are we doing for promo?
And 30 minutes later,
then it's just like sit in silence. End up talking about something else. Okay, so what are we doing for promo? And then start that whole process over again. So I mean, half the time, most of the time, the promos that you see on Sundays are, I mean,
I've got like at least a good 30, 45 minutes of thought.
But like 30, 40 seconds at the same time. I mean, of actual thought. But I mean, sometimes you go into an episode being like, "Oh, this would be hilarious if we did the promo for this one, doing this or whatever," and then there's other ones where it's literally like, "I don't know.
I have no idea what to do here.
What if we do blah blah blah?" Sure, yeah, let's go for that.
You know, the Jimmy promo.
Yeah.
For Superman, Superman's friend Jimmy, was a great promo, and then when we go and shoot the Grunch promo was fun.
You're the mean one, Mr. Grunch. I don't know. I like the just. It boils down to the faces and the editing timing is. I mean, if you watch those clips, like the full clip before any editing or whatever, half the time they're not funny at all. But it's all a matter of I'll sit there and shave off like a fraction of a second. And just keep doing that until the timing just appears funny. Like the one from a week or two ago where I had the dartboard behind me and I'm like, just don't miss. And he's like, you sure that's a good idea? Nope. But just the look on my face whenever I say nope and then cutting it immediately, to me anyway, was hilarious.
It worked. It worked. It worked really well.
It seemed like something
bad is immediately going to happen.
You know where that's going.
Yeah.
And my personal favorite, as far as like the promos go, was we did the Better Week Thursday episode. So we did with him jumping off the porch. The porch. Thank you. The balcony. I want to say balcony. But jumping off the porch and patio. That's the word.
Patio. Yeah, the back patio.
And then reshooting the same shot word for word from the same action, same everything, just now in our Thursday outfits, and he lands it this time, and just the sarcasm that came across in the that could have ended so badly. But I mean, it's these things, and I hope it's as funny to you guys as it is to us. Because, I mean, honestly, most of the time we're entertaining ourselves and then just hoping...
along for the ride.
Yeah, hoping that somebody out there finds it just as funny as we do.
You entertain quite a few of the people in my break room.
We'll tell them to like, share, and subscribe!
Hey!
I've gotten quite a few funny looks from watching videos at school and people just... This is what I was watching.
You know, other than that one, I really like the paranormal ones. I really... Going forward, I would like to devote a day, even a couple days a month, to strictly a paranormal. I mean, the 13 weeks has been a blast.
We had been, before the 13 weeks, we had been doing every other Tuesday was a paranormal video. And I'm cool with sticking with that. Maybe every third or something like that.
Like one Tuesday a month.
Yeah, one a month, one every couple, 3.
So you can like build it up.
Yeah, we could do that. That's not a bad idea.
But I've actually loved the research that we actually sit here and do for the last 13 weeks. The last 12 weeks. There's still one more week to go.
I will say I'm a little burned out on it.
Got one more to go.
I don't know. It was a fun idea, and I'm glad we've done it. And yeah, we've gone through a whole big thing with it, and some of them have been really cool. Some have been kind of boring, but just the concept of it, it's like, okay, let's move on. It feels like it's gone on for a lot longer.
Yeah, it's a bad joke that's gone on a little too long.
When you realize that I mean, here we are 100 episodes in, and we've only been doing this for 20 weeks, and 13 of those weeks, or 12 of those weeks anyway, have been that concept. Yeah. So, I mean, it's taken up too long. I mean,
it's probably ran on long. I'm glad there's one more week left.
Yeah. I'm glad it's almost done. Yeah. And I would honestly, I've thought about even having Tuesday being, like, okay, our next series is going to be this, but not a 13 week, like maybe the next 3 or 4 weeks or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, that may or may not happen. But
there's a lot of talks that's going to definitely happen.
Yes.
Can you go back on a slightly more serious note again?
Sure.
Okay. So again, like I said, I have problems with my anxiety, and the stutter proved it. But in my drama class, we have to perform a lot in front of the class, and I have a fairly large class with a lot of students that are older than me, and a lot of the time we'll have older students that have more experience in theater than me come in and watch our performances. And for me personally, when I'm up there, I don't look at the crowd as if they're there. I actually have used this as a facet to, I pretend that there's the edge of the table and then the camera, and I'm performing for the camera and not a class.
That's actually how
because I don't get as nervous in front of a camera as I do a live crowd, because I feel like with the live crowd they're judging me as I go, and oh my god, I'm gonna start crying.
You can see your eyes well enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't help, my voice is aching too. But I'll like be up there and I'll deliver my lines perfectly, and I'll have the timing as if I was doing it for a camera. And almost all of my performances I've done from the class that I've been in are like
I did.
Have gotten like such big responses from the class, like.
Oh man.
But yeah, just.
How much time does that say?
So much.
So what? No, flip. It's on the viewfinder.
Yoink.
Just flip it over there. The battery.
You should just like lean in really close and go yoink.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. Well, hey, I guess that's gonna about do it then. So, I wanted to go into talking about like our least favorite moments and stuff that didn't work, but which, I mean, there's a few of those. I mean, hell, there's one episode where we posted it twice. The imaginary friend episode.
The imaginary friend episode. Yes.
We filmed it, and it was actually Cass that came in and was like, guys, you do so much better. Like you were too serious on that, and you didn't joke around like you normally do. We went back and we reshot it so that you can actually see two different versions of that video.
Yeah, there's two different versions of it.
Something to go check out.
The other one that I really, for me personally, didn't work was the cosplay one.
Yeah.
We were rushed. Everybody was in a bad mood.
Don't know why it was, but it was. It is what it is. It's out there. Just goes to show you sometimes, you guys, you just gotta power through it. You gotta push through it.
Yeah. So and that's kind of going back into to summarize. I mean, that is I really want to drive that home. Is this show has helped me get through some very rough times, and I pray that somebody out there that it will touch your life and do the same for you.
Yep.
So thanks for joining us, guys, for this 100th episode, and here's to many, many, many more to come, because we're not going anywhere. So hey, check us out on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you back on Monday.
I'm Jordan, and I'm from the Dungeons of Doom, and this is your Russian clip of the day.